What's up, guys? How we doing this evening? The bottom bow cover. Thank you guys for checking out my live. Awesome. Now we're going to pull the rocker arm assembly all in one. Be right back. I gotta go grab another battery. This one went dead. So just for you guys that don't know, start to finish to remove the heads on a Duramax diesel, I mean, give or take a couple hours, but it's normally a 38 to 40 hour job for removing both heads on a Duramax diesel and putting new head gaskets back down on them. But this one here is going to take a little bit longer because we're doing ARP head studs. So I already did that side, the driver's side. It's already, the head's already back down with head studs already torqued down. So now we're removing this side. We're going to inspect the head. We're going to check it for warpage. And we're also going to reseal all the valve seats and then do a vacuum check on them. Make sure everything's good to go. So my standards are never ever take a head and get it shaved, milled, anything unless you have warpage or you want high compression. Anytime you take the deck down on a head, you mess with the geometry of the camshafts up top. So, I mean, it's okay if you have warpage, you could take, 5 thousandths off normally, 10 thousandths if you need to. That's it though, I wouldn't go any more. So if a head is completely fine, there's no warpage, you check it with the precision straight edge, and if you don't find any warpage, there's no need to take it and get it resurfaced or anything taken off of it. It just contributes to more problems later on if you do that. But if it's warped, by all means, go ahead and take it to a machine shop and get it resurfaced. Of course, we got to use some rigid octane stuff and some rigid subcompact tools. I like rigid, but then again, I like whatever tools land by me. I really love air power tools because shit, I got a 180 gallon air compressor, and it puts out 180 psi to a tool, so it rips shit apart quick. When in doubt, get the air nitro cat out. Nitro air cat. 3H drive. 3H drive with a fully charged 2 amp hour battery. These little subcompacts are pretty tough, but it would not remove the bolts on the cam. Or I mean the rocker on bolts. So I'm gonna give this air cat a try, and I just about bet it'll rip them right out. It's not very loud, but it packs a damn punch. Right out. Actually, got my tool jammed. Go up top here. I appreciate everybody for tuning in. I'm trying to get my watch time hours up. If you guys like my content, subscribe please, give me a thumbs up, tell me what you like, tell me what you don't like about it, and I'll try to change it. Let's see, I'm gonna adjust my camera just a little bit. Butter with this thing. Sometimes you gotta give it the old hot tooty. Hot to spit on that thing there, boy. I hate when that happens. I gotta get my ass back down and grab the damn tool. That's what happens when you give it the old hot tooth. like to pull the rocker arm assembly all in one unit. It just makes things a lot easier that way. And you just shove her in a Walmart bag. It won't quite fit all the way, but then you put it in a box. I also like to leave the end bolts. I don't take them all the way out. The reason why, if you take them out, your rocker arms will fall off. And then it's a puzzle putting them back together. So I usually just leave them like that. Now guys, now we gotta pull all the push rods. Always inspect your push rods too when you pull them to make sure they're not bent, gouged. Now I know there's gonna be some guys that are gonna watch this live stream and they're gonna say, oh, you need to keep them in orientation. No, you don't. I will tell you right now that each one of these push rods isn't going to matter which orientation it came from, the front, the back. Doesn't matter if it was an intake or an exhaust on this one. And I tell you why, because you have to manually set valve lash on this truck, so it's not going to make any difference if you mix these up, or it's just not going to. I've done about 25 engines, Duramaxes, and I pulled all the push rods, thrown them all back in, don't give a shit about orientation, and guess what? They're still on the road today. And some of them were about 10 years ago. So don't believe in that shit. Make sure you get all these too before pulling your head. I mean, obviously you're going to want to get them out of the way to get to some of the head bolts. Now, I like to cheat too on these Duramaxes when pulling the head bolts. Once I get down to the head bolts, like I'm there right now, it's going to be a fast process because I'll just switch over to my 1/2 inch nitro air cat gun, air powered, and put a socket on them, and I'll zip them right out. There's no need to take them out slow. Just start from the middle, and you want to do about the same pattern, but you just start zipping them out. It doesn't really matter. Before we remove the big ones though, let me rip out these little Allen head bolt ones. Got 4 on each side of them. Okay, we got all of our 4 little Allen head bolts. There's 4 on each head. We're not going to reuse these. The ARP head studs come with some new ones that are 12 point, real nice. So we're not going to reuse these. Now the trick, the 1/2-inch nitro air cat. Quiet, but a bad bitch, trust me. Give me a minute, I'm trying to find my big 12-point socket for the stock Duramax head bolts. That's why I couldn't find it. It's still on my proto torque wrench. That's why. Now, these are for the ARP head studs. That's a 16. I'm looking for the 19. Okay, guys, sorry about that. I'm back. So I made a mistake. These are not 19 millimeter. They're actually 17 millimeter 12 point. I had to go get a backup socket because I don't know where I left mine laying here. I'll find it. So they're 17s, and the ARP head studs are 16 point. Not 16 millimeter 12 point socket, the head of them. And these are 17 millimeter 12 point. Brazil, what's going on? Okay, now back to my point. You can see how big a Duramax head boat is. Pretty good size. I mean, it's not near as big as like a 6.4 Power Stroke head boat. Them things are huge. But these boats are torque to yield. I don't know, they're probably in at about 100 foot-pounds if I had to guess, somewhere in that neighborhood. They're gonna watch that Aircat rip all these boats right out. I haven't even taken one out of this head yet. These are from the other side. So I'm gonna rip them out. It don't sound like much. Trust me, it's got a lot to show. Two. 3, 4, 5, 6 head bolts, 7 head bolts, 8 head bolts, 9 head bolts, 10 head bolts, 11 head bolts, 12 head bolts. I'm gonna have to get cooked in the back of this good. I damn sure get the ones that you can. 13, 14 head bolts. Nitro Aircat, badass tools, man. I'll tell you that right now. Yes, I have all the rigid octane half-inch I-8 torques. I got Milwaukee M-Fuels, M14s. But I'll tell you what, man, when the batteries go dead, this bitch keeps going. That is fast. I'm not going to be able to get them last two in the back, but I ripped out all of them but the last two. I'll have to get the last two with just a ratchet, and then I'll use my other gun to get them. See, Duramax uses a lot of damn head bolts, which is good. All I got left is the two hard ones to get. That's it. Nice. Now I'll get my damn hands got grease on them. I can't even pull the socket off. Okay. I'll get my 1/2-inch flex head ratchet and take the last 2 remaining head bolts out. A lot tighter than you think. That nitro air cap makes them look like a toy. Oh, I hate when that happens. My hand just slipped and got the turbo, took some skin off. That feels good. And damn, 1/2-inch impact's badass because I had to put a lot of strength just to bust that damn hip around. I got my last one done. Now you see why I use that 1/2-inch gun. It makes these look like they're just barely in there, man. I've had that gun for over probably 12 years. And it's been a damn good gun. I even got an Ingersoll Rand original titanium. It's a pretty good gun. It just doesn't make the torque of this nitro air cap. And this one here, they have different series. They even got a badass one out now. This one here is, you can see where it says, but I want to say it's like the 1250, 13. It's something like that. I just know it's a bad bitch. That's all I know. And it's quiet. I'm gonna buy one of the new Thor guns too, the second version. I know it might have a little more torque than this gun, but I like my air tools. The last 2 head bolts. Now I'm gonna make some room. I'm gonna pull this damn head out and let you guys take a look at this animal. And then I might bring you in for a closer look to see where the blown head gasket was. Where's everybody from here? I'm from New Mexico, land of the enchantment. As you can see, I got a pretty good nick there. Hit my hand on that damn turbo whenever it busted loose. Didn't feel too good, but we're gonna keep going. Okay. Now I'm going to wiggle this head out and pick it up and set it right here for out. That's the plan anyway. I don't see nothing else attached to it. Alright. We'll see how long the thing is. Get my foot down in here. There is a Duramax head for you. There you guys have it. Passenger head on a 2008 LMM Duramax diesel 6.6 liter. Here's your head gasket. I'm looking to see if we had any problems on this one. On the driver's side, it was blown on one of these water jacket holes, and compression from the piston was putting pressure through the water jacket hole, through the coolant system, blowing coolant out of the tank and blowing hoses. It's very notorious for these to do it. I'm not seeing much on this one. The other one was definitely blown. I do see some corrosion and condensation. Right here, it looks like we may have had a little water leak. There's some rust right there, and that jacket looks like it was leaking compression. That's interesting. Actually, right here we had a pinhole. Right here we were having some seepage. You can see where it burnt right there. That was enough when you created boost, enough turbo boost going up a hill to cause it to put compression into the coolant system. Right there's one. I don't know how well you guys are going to see this, but where did it go? Right here, right there. Water jacket hole, compression. The other side was more obvious. But I never ever just do one head gasket whenever there's a blown head gasket on a Duramax. Since it's a V8, I do them both. It's a lot more work, but it'll last a lot longer that way. One and done, and be out and done with it. If you guys like my content, shoot me a like, a thumbs up. Tell me you don't like it. Tell me you do. Subscribe. That would be awesome. I appreciate each and every one of you checking in on my live videos. I'm just looking back here to make sure you guys are seeing what I'm seeing. Trying not to get it to glare. Right there, that hot spot was enough to cause it to leak. Right there. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm not gonna do it right now, but I need to take that over and clean it all up. You can see all the nasty stuff. This is why I do not like EGR valves, but unfortunately you have to have them because it is the law, unfortunately. But all that shit, all this nasty stuff, that thick goo, that shit right there, that's EPA juice. EGR, exhaust gas recirculation. So it sends your exhaust gases back through a second pass, and when they don't burn, your intake gets all gummed up and everything. I've seen that shit so bad to where a truck couldn't even run properly. I mean, I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to breathe that in. Give me 1 second. I gotta find a EPA certified rag to wipe my EPA juice off. That'll do it. Then I gotta pick up and clean up. It's almost about beer time, guys. Oh yeah, it is beer time. I have beer in the fridge. Thank you. I'll be right back, guys. Let me go get that beer, and then I'm gonna come back and finish picking up. There you have it. So where is all my viewers from here? We're running into winter time right here, starting to get cold. So I won't get my shop completely done this year, but next year this everything's gonna be concreted in here. It'd be a lot better. I got another shop, but I have another truck in there on the lift, so I had to work on this one out here. It don't bother me though. Next year I'm gonna concrete everything, and I even put a inspection pit in. I'll walk you guys over and show you that. I wish I would have got that done this year, but I've had so much business and it's just not gonna happen before winter, so I'll definitely be on my things to do, and I'll be in a hurry for winter to get over with. Thanks. Hell yeah, brother. Thank you, man. Yes, sir. America. Hell, that kind of looks like me, brother. What's up, Mike? I haven't seen you in a bit, brother. You know how we do. So tomorrow, guys, we're gonna be cleaning that head. We're going to get it really clean, and we're going to use a precision straight edge on it 4 different ways. Check it for any warpage. Then we're going to look at it, make sure there's no cracks visible. I doubt it though. The truck ran too good. It was just a blown head gasket for sure on the driver's side. This side had a little bitty one, but enough to bypass compression into the coolant system. So that being stated, the truck ran, it drove, it just had compression getting into the coolant system, but we already found them problems. So tomorrow we're going to clean that up, check it for warpage, which I doubt it's going to be any warpage. The driver's side was completely fine. We're going to vacuum check it after replacing the stems, all the stems seals on every one of the valve stem seals. We're going to replace, and we're going to use a suction vacuum cup to make sure everyone is seated properly and not leaking. If that all checks out, it's going to get cleaned up, and then we're not going to take it to, if there's no warpage, we're definitely not going to have it milled. We're not going to have it decked. We're going to leave it alone. If it's not warped, don't mess with it. Only time you get something like that shaved is if there's warpage or if there's a deep gouge that you can't get rid of. But if there's no warpage or nothing, leave it alone. Clean it up good. I like to use razors. You got to be very careful on aluminum heads, but you do it properly, it's good. I've seen a lot of people, they use abrasive pads. Don't do that. Don't do it. Use a razor, real easy, and gently take your time on the block. You could use a wire brush, just use a lot of compressed air. So if any of the wire brush pieces break off, you blow them back out. So yeah, there's no need to resurface that head if there's no warpage or any deep gouges. But we are going to be using ARP head studs. We're not going back in with factory bolts because, well, there's no need to. This is such a big job, and for the little bit more money, you might as well head stud them. I do all the Cummins with head studs. I do all the Duramaxes with head studs. I used to work on tons of Power Strokes. I just don't really like Ford any longer. I've had way too many problems with a lot of motors. The 6.7 Power Stroke engine is a lot better. The old 7.3 Power Strokes were pretty die-hard motors. The 6.0, the 6.4, the first gen 6.7s were junk. I hate to say it, but that's just the way it is. What's up, Mike? What are you up to tonight, brother? Calls and problems. Yeah, I know. It's in your name. Mike likes trouble. I appreciate every one of you guys tuning in for my live stream. you guys might ask me what I do with all my old parts. Okay, these head bolts are very tough. So if you do a lot of concrete work, well, guess what? You can weld these to a plate, stick them in your concrete, and you can bolt down anything with them. I do a lot of welding projects, so a lot of parts really do not go to the junkyard here. I use them, cut them up, weld them, build stuff out of them, make yard art, whatever I need. But concrete anchor bolts, these are a lot stronger than the anchor bolts you'll ever buy at a hardware store. These, I believe, are 10.9. They're plenty of damn tough to hold anything to concrete. They're stronger than the concrete itself. So all you got to do is get you some matching nuts, and there ain't a damn thing you won't be able to bolt down if you weld that to a plate that's anchored in the concrete or anything. You could use them for pins. I like the big head bolts that come out of the 6.4 Power Stroke engine. They're long. They're real long. Hell, you could use them for ground anchors almost for certain stuff. But not a lot of stuff here goes to waste. I reuse pretty much everything for different purposes. This is good metal. There's no reason to throw these out. And another thing too, I'll tell you guys, a lot of people are scared to get water on the head. I'll tell you right now, you could power wash that whole damn head, both sides, in there, everything. Now, if you have a steam cleaner, a real high-powered steam cleaner that gets really hot, that's perfect for that whole damn head. You clean it down, and then after it's clean, then you can spray it with WD-40 or a little bit of oil through a sprayer, and you're good to go. But the water ain't gonna hurt a damn thing as long as you blow it off and then hit it with something that's gonna repel. But I clean a lot of shit with water because the little cans of brake cleaner just don't cut it. So stuff like that, I'll hit with about 4,000 PSI power washer and wash the shit out of it with a mask on and roll it over and do it again. Get it real clean. And then whenever I like the way it looks, I'll never make it look brand new, but after I get it to where I want it, then what I'll do, I'll hit it with compressed air, blow all the water out of it everywhere, and then spray a little WD-40 on it. Or like I said, you could put motor oil through a paint sprayer and coat it. You're good to go. Thanks, Mike, for sure, brother. Well, I'm getting ready to call it a night, man. I gotta go clean myself up now. But I'll be back on this, probably do maybe a whole day of live streaming on this whole damn job, and we'll see if we can't get this bad boy up and rolling maybe by the end of the evening tomorrow, just depending. But for you guys that want to participate in on this, tune in, because I might do a whole damn day live stream. One long day. But until then, salute. Peace out. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Thanks for tuning in.